Hello friends, I'm meteorologist Zack Shields. This is normally the rainiest, stormiest time of the year. It hasn't been acting like it for the last week, but that is about to change. The heat dome is breaking down and the door is wide open for multiple rounds of rain and thunderstorms in the coming days and nights. And the first round will come at us here in the next 24 hours. We're on the lookout for a huge cluster of storms coming in from North Texas that could clip us this afternoon. But then we'll be waiting on another round that will originate out here in West Texas, sandwiched in between the stalled front and dry line, and the steering flow will push some of those storms our way overnight. We have plenty of energy being built up here in Central Texas. Now we're just waiting for that spark to get those storms going. Out in the hill country, like around Llano, you may have to wait until mid to late evening to see some storms. Here in Austin, we may have a slight chance of storms this afternoon, but we may have to wait until midnight before that complex of storms enters the area. And then for LaGrange or eastern counties, it'll be after midnight. So here you go, out in the hill country between 9 and 11 this evening. This is the main event ahead of this complex of storms. Yes, we may have some renegade storms, but they'll be isolated in nature in the afternoon. The numerous thunderstorms holding off along the I-35 corridor until 11 this evening and 1 in the morning. And so these storms are going to make a lot of noise. Probably going to be struggling to get a full night of beauty sleep. And then those storms move across our eastern counties after midnight. And this is a preview of what's to come. The heat dome that's been anchored right on top of us is shifting westbound. So with that northwesterly flow, any storms that form along this front and dry line the afternoon toward northwest have a really good chance of reaching us during the overnight hours. And that first round will come at us with possibility of some severe weather. Look at the wide coverage of an enhanced risk for severe weather in the shade of orange. That's a level 3 out of 5 severe weather day for all cities and counties here in Central Texas. Usually when the Storm Prediction Center puts us under this enhanced risk, we have numerous severe weather storms to worry about. The chances of tornadoes are very low at 2%. The hail risk is at 15%, and then the damaging wind threat is at 30%. So the threats in order: damaging wind, 60 to 70 miles per hour, then quarter to egg size hail. Of course, we're going to have lots of lightning within these storms. And then the tornado threat, very low. The highest threat for hail will be out across the hill country. That's what we're thinking. With individual thunderstorms, that's how it's going to start out. And then those individual thunderstorms will merge into a line of storms that will race across the entire area. Now, our future hail tracker, not very optimistic on bringing in a lot of large hail. So that's a good sign, but be on the lookout in the hill country for that. And the high-res model doesn't show a lot of rotating thunderstorms either. I'm just concerned about straight line winds. When you get that heavy rain, the storms are racing to the east. Sometimes it can push those very strong winds ahead of it, 60 to 80 miles per hour, and that could happen from I-35 eastward. That's where we have the highest risk for severe weather. We'll be watching the first wave of storms try to sneak in from the north, but it looks like in the afternoon, most of the storm activity either east or west of the Austin metro. And then round 2 gets going in West Texas. That will enter the hill country by mid to late evening. You see the individual severe storms that will form a line, but will be at a weaker state as it moves across the I-35 corridor just after midnight. And then the storms enter our eastern counties between 1 and 3. And by tomorrow morning, most of the rain and storms will go away, and then the atmosphere is going to be worked over, and it will stabilize, and we won't see a whole lot of rain Wednesday afternoon. But late Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we could have some more storms sneaking on in. And this first round of rain, 3 out of the 4 models showing 1 to 2 inches possible out of this cluster of storms. So not only will we be on the lookout for lightning, a lot of it, but also damaging winds, small to moderate size hail, but also a slight risk for some localized flooding, a slightly higher risk for flooding just to our north. So we're going to go with a 70% chance of storms tonight. We'll lower the rain chances to 40% during the day on Wednesday, and then they'll jump up to 60% late Thursday night, late Friday night, and then those rain chances linger all the way through the weekend. You add up all those rounds of rain, and we could easily get, here in the next 7 days, 3 to 4 inches of rain, according to the National Weather Service. Even the long-range forecast models are showing that. So stay weather aware, not only tonight, but for the next several days. A great week to download our free Fox 7 weather app to get the latest weather alerts anytime. Stay weather aware, and thanks for watching. I'm meteorologist Zack Shields.